Shabbat Shalom. You're all set.
The hairband helps keep things in place. Stylish, functional.
I feel like we talked about all of your kids except for Sawyer. So next time I want to get an update on Sawyer. Okay?
Yes.
I was thinking about that on my walk
Sawyer.
today.
It's been such a relief
Sawyer
to
every
see.
morning,
Yeah.
waiting for the bus.
Right, yes. That child, I mean, transformation is like the ways like him and I like almost like cry on a regular basis, like thank God, like you're in a good place. You're in a good place. So by the way, you notice we were doing like a robust cover on Shabbat.
Because it's
Kol Shabbat.
yeah.
Do you want me to do like most of the stuff I
sing
remember
with
with Halo from it's
Just
like
when I sing with me. Come on, you can be. I don't know.
yeah,
Whatever.
it's totally
I'm gonna say the things.
I have to remember that I'm on the left
Yeah,
side.
correct. Because tonight we're both doing random roles, but this is my side of the bima. I don't trade.
Like, yeah, I'm happy to.
I mean, I'm gonna sing just like back me up because I'm not a good singer.
Sounds good. You got it. I'm with you. I'm with you, sis.
I've been practicing all week in the shop,
In the acoustics are so good.
and no one can hear me. Oh, my stuff to Sarah. Shalom Aleichem. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna start on page 10. Shabbat Shalom. Wait, we'll try it again. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
It is wonderful to be together, to welcome Shabbat, to be in community. It is Kol Shabbat, meaning this is our one Shabbat a month where there's no musical instrumentation, which means that we all are singing with our voices together and doing a more robust Kabbalat Shabbat. So the entirety of the Kabbalat Shabbat service, as opposed to some of the abridged pieces that we have done in the past. It is tonight, I'm going to lead Kabbalat Shabbat, and Rabbi April will be leading Mariv. Of course, we'll be singing together along with you as we take this time to really luxuriate. I think that often when we come to Shabbat and we're doing the abridged version, we don't get to luxuriate in it. We're rushing to get home for dinner. We're moving so quickly. This is an opportunity to really settle in and let ourselves take in each of the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat. So we will begin on page 10 with Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh Av Harachaman Meshoch Avdach El Retzonach Yavrut Avdach Kemo Aya Yishtachaveh El Mohadarach Ye'erav Lo Yedid Vatikemu Rachamecha Vechusna Al Beno Havach Ki Zakama Nichsov Nichsav Lira B'Tiferet Uzach Anayli Machmad Libi Chushana Ve'al Titalam Higalena Ufros Chaviv Alai Et Sukat Shalomach Ta'ir Eretz Mikvodach Nagila V'nismecha bach Maher Ahuv Kiva Moed V'choneini Kimei Olam Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Ay ay nai 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 Yanai nai nai Ay ay nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Ay ay nai 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 Yanai nai nai Ay ay nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai nai Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Ay 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 nai nai Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai nai Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Yanai nai 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 Page 11. Lechun eranena ladonai Nari aletzur yishenu Nekad mafanav betodah Bizmirot hari'ula Nekad mafanav betodah Bizmirot hari'ala Ki el gadol Adonai el melech Elohim Arba'im shana akut bedor Va'omaram to'e levavhem Vehem lo yadu drachai Asher nishbati ve'api Im yevon el menuchati Page 13. Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom le'yom Yeshuato, Sapru v'goyim kevodo, Bechol ha'amim nifleotav, Ki gadol Adonai, hulal me'od, norahu, al kol Elohim כי כל אלוהי העמים אלילים ואדוני שמיים עשה הוד והדר לפניו עוז ותפארת במקדשו הבו לאדוני משפחות עמים הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו שאו מנחה ובאו לחצרותיו השתחוו לאדוני בהדר קודש כללו מפניו כל הארץ אמרו בגויים אדוני מלך אף תיכון תבל בל תימות ידין עמים במישרים ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלואו יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו אז ירננו כל עצי ההר לפני אדוני קיבה לשפוט הארץ ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו ינאי נאי 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 ינאי נאי 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 ay ay nay nay ay ay nay nay ay ay nay nay ay ay nay 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 page 15 Adonai Magtegel Haaretz Yismechu im Rabim Anan Varafel Svivav Tzedek Mishpat Mechon Kis'o Ish Lefanav Ohavei Adonai sinura shomer nafshot chasidav miad rishayim yatzilem or zaru ala tzadik o yishrei lav simchu tzadikim baronai behodu lezecher kodsho page 17 Mizmor Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Ki Niflaot Asa Hoshia Lo Yamino Uzero Akocho Hodia Adonai Yeshuato Le'ene Hagoyim Gilatit Kato Zachar Chasto V'emunato Levet Yisrael Ra'u Kol Afsei Aretz Et Yeshuat Eloheinu Hariu Ladonai Kol Haaretz Pitchu V'ranenu V'zameru Zamru Ladonai Bechinor v'kol zimra Bechatot rot v'kol shofar Hariu livnei hamelech Adonai Yiram hayam umloa Tevel v'yoshveva Neharot imcha uchav Yachad harim yeranenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz Yanai na 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 na. Yanai na 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 na. Yanai na na. Yanai na 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 na. Yanai na. Yanai na 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 na. Yanai na 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 na. Yanai na 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 na. Yanai na 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 na. Page 19. Adonai Malach Yirgezu Amim Yoshev Kruvim Tanu Ta'aret Adonai B'Tzion Gadol V'Ramhu Al Kol Ha'amim. Adonai Eloheinu atani tam el noseh hayitza lahem v'nokem al ilotam romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu lehar kodsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Page 21. Mizmor leDavid havu Adonai b'nei Elim havu Adonai kavod va'ozai havu Adonai kavod shemo yishtachavu Adonai v'hadrat kodesh Adonai al hamayim el hakavod hirim Adonai al mayim mayim rabim kol Adonai ba'koachai kol Adonai behadar kol Adonai shover arazim vayishaber Adonai atarzeh halvanon vayarkidem kmo egel Levanon v'Sirion kemo v'nre'emim ay kol Adonai chotev lavot esh kol Adonai yachil midbar yachil Adonai midbar kadesh kol Adonai cholel ayalot vayachasov Yarot uvheichalo kulo omer kavod Adonai lama bu yashav yeshev Adonai melech leolam Adonai oz le'amo yiten Adonai varach et amo v'shalom ay nay nay ay nay nay ay nay nay ay nay nay We don't often do page 22, We're going to turn there for Ana B'Koach. I see the smile. Are you a lover of Ana B'Koach?
Absolutely.
I didn't know about Ana B'Koach. It used to actually not be included in Siddur Sim Shalom. It was not actually, in the slim version, yes. In the version before the small blue version, the big blue version, you know what I'm talking about, the old one, that one did not have Ana B'Koach as actually. It was a part of the Kabbalat. Kabbalat Shabbat is a liturgy that is put together later. And so it was not included, but it was in many more Orthodox or, like I would say, places where more meditation took place. And it was left out of actually the conservative movement Siddur. It was like an addendum at the end. And it was brought back easily now over 25 years ago. But it's this idea that that Shabbat is a love gift from God to the people. And in this moment, it's a love song. This is like with this strength, bring me to this moment that you, God, are here with us, that we are in this space. So if you know this melody, you'll sing with me. It's just the first two lines on the top of the page, but this for me represents really that if Lecha Dodi, which comes next, is the physical greeting of Shabbat when we stand and face towards the entrance, Ana B'Koach is sort of our hearts settling in to Shabbat so that we can physically be here. Ana B'Koach, B'Koach, Gedulat Yamincha, Yamincha, Tatir Terura, Kabel Rinatamcha, Sagvenu, Taharinu, Nora. Ana B'Koach, B'Koach, Gedulat Yamincha, Yamincha, Tatir Terura, Kabel Rinatamcha, Sagvenu, Taharinu, Nora. Ana B'Koach, Gedulat Yamincha, Tatir Terura, Tatir Terura, Kabel Rinatamcha, Sagvenu, Taharinu, Nora. Yai nai 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 nai, yai nai 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 nai, ay ay nai 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 nai, yai nai nai nai, yai nai 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 nai, ay ay nai 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 nai, ay ay nai 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 nai, ay nai nai nai. Page 23, Lecha Dodi, as is our custom on Kol Shabbat, we're doing all the verses. Yeah, when we get to page 25 at that last stanza, at that moment, we'll invite you to rise and face towards our entrance as we greet the Shabbat bride. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'litzchila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mikad סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קרבה אל נפשי גאלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי, בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר על תלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והאלים שישת שלושייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמשוש חתן על כלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי, על יד איש בין פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה. Please rise. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated as we turn to page 27, the Psalm for Shabbat. Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir leyom haShabbat. Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir leyom haShabbat. Tzadik tamar yifrach ke'erez balvanon yiskeh shetulim beveit Adonai bechatrot Eloheinu Yafrichu od yenuvun beseva deshenim vera'ananim yiyu lehagid ki ashar Adonai Tzuri velo avla tavo Adonai malchu lavesh. Mikol hamayim rabim adirim mishperayam adir bamarom Adonai edotecha ne'emnu meod leveitcha nava kodesh Adonai leorach yamim. Shabbat Shalom. Did anyone else need that this week? Yeah, I needed it. It's, as I've said multiple times, it's a hard time to human, and the world keeps worlding. And I think part of that is a lack of words for living in continued unprecedented times. We would like to stop hearing that. But some weeks show themselves more the need for Shabbat. And for me personally, it's a week where I needed Kol Shabbat. I needed that break, that singing, that getting lost. It's been a week where I wonder if you've had this feeling, because I certainly had this feeling multiple times this week. The feeling of trying to do the right thing and watching it backfire. Have you ever had that happen? Right? You speak up, you show up, you follow through, and instead, open that door, there's a cart, it's got all the toys. That one I can do right. You show up, you speak up, you follow through, and instead of things getting better, they get harder. Then the conversation goes sideways, and the plan creates more stress. Have you been there? Yeah, that was this week for me. And the trust that you thought you had starts to crack. And the good news, I think, for me is that I'm not alone, not only because you're all nodding your heads and relating, but actually our Torah portion this week, Parshat Va'era, begins exactly in this space. So Moses has done what God has asked. He confronted Pharaoh, he told the truth, and what's the result? Instead of the Israelites going free, their suffering intensifies. And instead of the Israelites being mad at Pharaoh, they turn their disappointment directly towards Moses. Why, Moses, did you make things worse? Have you read this story? Is Moses the one bringing the plagues? Trust. The Israelites had trusted Moses, and without it being his own actions, that fragile trust begins to unravel. God's response is striking. Instead of changing course or dismissing the people's pain, God repeats a steady refrain, Ani Adonai. I am Adonai. I am God. This is God's way of saying, I am still here. I see your pain and I have not forgotten you. Even when trust feels thin, our relationship must endure. Parshat Va'era teaches us that liberation is not only about breaking the chains of the slavery of the Israelites in Egypt, it is as much of that as it is about rebuilding trust. A people shaped by injustice cannot move toward freedom until something internal begins to heal, until belief in leadership and in one another and in the possibility that tomorrow can be different from today. Without that belief, without that space, there is no liberation, not for the Israelites and not for our human family. The plagues, they come one by one. It's not all at once. We don't have blood and frogs and boils and this. It's not all in the same place. One happens, and then it ends. And then the next happens, and then it ends. It would be nice if we could only deal with one crisis at a time, right? That is not the parallel to our world today. But in this space, we learn that redemption unfolds gradually, asking the people to stay engaged, to listen again after disappointment, to risk hope when it would be easier to retreat. The Torah insists that moral courage is not dramatic or instantaneous. It's relational. It's sustained. It is built over time. And that message matters deeply in the fractured world that we live in today. When injustice feels overwhelming, the temptation can be to disengage, to decide that what is broken is too big, too entrenched, too exhausting to confront. Truth be told, I took a nap on my couch this week in my office, more than one. It's exhausting. But, and here's the but, or perhaps the and, our Torah will not let us off the hook so easily. As Martin Luther King Jr. taught, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Parshat Va'era pushes us to understand that injustice left unchallenged corrodes the entire moral fabric of a community. Trust does not mean ignoring harm or rushing past pain. The Israelites' anger is understandable and their suffering is real. And trust begins when leaders listen and members of communities listen to each other. When all the members of community in sacred space are able to hold that room for truth. And trust happens when accountability replaces defensiveness. This is a world where we are continually pushed to live in defensive space, where we are pushed up against one another, where when the world is worlding, it is sacred to build trust. And that is when we turn to the Torah. This is the time when the Torah can become a living moral compass. When the story of the Israelites leaving Egypt, our own story as Am Yisrael, as Bnei Yisrael, as the nation and children of Israel, can turn to this moment of our past and let it guide us towards justice. Let it give us the courage, the humility, and help us to build relationships at the core of what it means to be human. Redemption does not arrive all at once. It begins when we choose, again and again, to stand together and refuse to accept a broken world as inevitable. May we take the words of Parshat Va'era and let them open our eyes and our hearts to what happens when we let each other in, when we listen with open ears and open hearts, and remember that we walk together as one Am, as one nation, living in a space where all humans can human. Shabbat Shalom. And one of the ways that we do that is by davening together and by holding this space. So we'll turn to Mariv on page 39A. I've been waiting for this moment because we've talked about leading a Kabbalat Shabbat service together, like
It's true.
3 years ago. We've dreamt about this, and now we get to do it, which is so exciting. So we invite you to rise as you're able for the Baruch.
I'll just say one, first of all, Yeshua Koach.
It's
Rabbi.
Arvit,
Thank you.
but- oh.
It's Arvit, yes. Along those lines, I just wanted to share that, so our tefillah is made up really of chanting and melodies, right? The chanting is in what we call our nusach, where it's like a recitation, a musical recitation of our prayers, and the melodies, of course, are the things that we sing together. So the parts that I'm going to be in reciting or chanting in come from the tradition that I grew up with and the Sephardic community in Los Angeles where I grew up. But the melodies, I'm really going to try to do the Ashkenazic melodies that I remember from college. And so it'll be a nice blend of things together.
We got you.
Yeah, so thank you. But hopefully it's a chance to sort of weave different threads together as a community to celebrate Shabbat. So we are on 39A. Baruch hu et Adonai, Amevorach.
Baruch Adonai Borach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai, Amevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvar ma'ariv ga'avim b'chokmat Umagavir yom u'v'vilala umavdil b'yom u'v'lala night for shemo el chayim v'kayam tamidim lo'chan v'anged Baruch atah Adonai amangariv ga'aravim
Page 40.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Aken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochmenu v'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki em chayenu ve'orech yameinu בלילה נגה יום בלילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו בין עולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ואהבת את עמך בכל נפשך ושילך בביתך ובטאתם אם שמוע תשמעו מצותי ויום בא ונתתי תצפן ושמתם ועבדתם ושמתם דברים לגלבכם ושמתם אותם לעוד הייתם איתו ובטאתם למה ונרפו ימיכם ממניכם ויום אדוני שלמו אותם ברבני ישראל ותמון ציצית ציצית ולכם ציצית תמותו צחק אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי ידכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו כי אדוני עלינו בנזולתו ואנחנו ישראל עמו ויצאת עמו ישראל מתוכם לחירות עולם המגיר בניו בין גזרי ים סוף עוד ולשמוע
Page 44.
Dai 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 ya da 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 yam dai ya dai dai yam ba dai da dam dai 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 ya da 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 dai ya dai dai ya da 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 ya 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 da da Moshe Miriam uvnei Yisrael lechanganu shira b'simcha raba ve'amru cholam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha neza b'kodesh no ratehilot go sefelem malchutcha rauvanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe ze'elinganu ve'omedu Adonai yimlach le'olam va'ed v'nemar kifadav Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael
Page 45.
Ashkim no den Aleinu Shalom Amen Ushmotenu enu l'chaim o shalom engata v'engat kolam ufroskon shel shalomecham baruch atah Adonai aporesu kashalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yishalayim Amen
rise for Vishamru, page 46.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini u'bein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz u'bayom hasheni Shabbat vayinafash. Yitkadav v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah Ben alma divrach hiruteh v'yamich malchuteh b'chai echad u'vyom echad u'vchai dechol Beit Yisrael b'gala u'v'zman karib ve'imru amen Yeshmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam v'omei almaya yibarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitrama v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yithaleh v'yithalach shmei l'kudsha brichu le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amira me'alma ve'imru
Amen. The individual Amidah for Shabbat evening, pages 47 through 52. you're still davening, please continue at your own pace, page 53.
ויגול השמיים והארץ, וכל צבאם, ויחלם ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר נעשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר נעשה, ויברך אלוהים ביום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ולאבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק וליעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ולאה, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל העליון, קונה שמיים וארץ, מגן אבות בדברו, מחיה מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לאמור ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, מאוד לברכות. אלא עוד אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך השביעי, ומניח בקדושה ונעמדו שני עונג, זכר למעשה בראשית. אלוהינו ולאבותינו ואמותינו, רצה נביא מנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך, סבגנו מטובך, ושמחנו בשורתך, ותעיל בין לעבדך באמת, להנחיל אותנו אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בך ישמח קדש שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Kaddish Shalom, page 54.
יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה, בין עלמד יברח חירותי וימליך מקבותי, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בישראל, בעגל וזמן קריב אמרו אמן. כשמי רבה מברך, גאלנו לעלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתואר במרצה ויתדר ויתעלה ויתעלש ונקודשה בריחו, לנגלה מכל בחדש ידתה תושבחתה ונחמתה, תאמין בעלמה ואמרו אמן. תתקבץ אותון ובאתון לכל בישראל, קדם ובנשמי בערב אמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, תחיים עלינו כל מוסרה ואמרו אמן. ועושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל אמרו אמן.
We rise for Kiddush, page 55. Sabri. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. Shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu mikol ha'amim v'shavak kodshcha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabat. I really can't tell you if it's Manischewitz or grape juice. I'm really unclear this week.
It's sour.
That I'll tell you. Aleinu, page 56.
Aleinu l'shemeach l'adon hakol,
Latei kedula le'otzeh bereshit, shelo asanu k'gei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem,
v'kol aleinu
kechol hamonam, ve'anachnu korim, u'mishavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Unat shamayim meyosed haaretz, u'mashav yekaro b'shamayim ima'al, u'shchinatu zo, begovei meromim.
Kakatu betoratecha Adonai imlach legolam banged.
V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo You may be seated. In recent weeks, we were saddened to learn of the passings of Jerry Florman and Thelma Newsom. In the coming weeks, we observe the yortzites listed on the back side of our program this evening. If you are here observing a yortzeit, we invite you to rise now and we'll allow time to share out the names of those loved ones we carry in our hearts this evening.
My grandma, Shirley Friedman, Melvin, my mother, Ruth Weinstein,
Regina Evans, her mother. Thelma Newsom, our mother.
All those in mourning or observing a yortzeit are invited to rise and join with me in the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yitzkadal v'yitzkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach kirutei ve'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam omei almaya, yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Alinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. May their memories be for a blessing. You may be seated. Shabbat shalom. Yasher koach and toda rabah to Rabbi April for leading with me tonight. I love a good Kol Shabbat week, and we have that tonight. Tomorrow morning, services are at 9:30 a.m. They'll be in here with Rabbi April and most likely Cantor Butone. Cantor Butone had some dental work this week, so we gave him tonight off, but he should be here tomorrow morning. There's also Tot Shabbat at 10:30 and Kiddush Club and Mini Minyan, something for every age group, and lunch following services. Of course, we have Minyan every morning of the week, 8:45 on Sundays, 7:15 the rest of the week, except this coming Monday. It'll be at 7 a.m. because it is Rosh Chodesh, a new month. A new month is coming, and that month is the month of February, which happens to also tell us that the month of Shvat, the Jewish month where we get to celebrate trees. And I don't know what's going on with the weather, but I'm delighted to see some of the flowers have started to come up. Feels almost like a real Tu B'Shvat in Israel. Not quite good for the Portland climate, but really good for that gray. The gray was affecting me. I'm loving the flowers. We have our office is closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a day for our staff to go out. There's a number of different community service projects happening, and so we'll be engaging in those. A few things to point out to you. Beginning in February, we have 2 new adult education classes happening. One will be on Sunday mornings from 9:30 to 10:30. Rabbi Emily Copper-Mater will be teaching Intro to Talmud. If you've ever wanted to know what it's all about, to learn from this corpus of Jewish texts, Rabbi Emily is a phenomenal teacher and really passionate about teaching Talmud, so we hope you'll join for that, this new upcoming section. As well, we had our teens learning this fall with Leora Troper, our librarian, a class called Why the Golem. Do you know what a golem is? Mud and figure, amazing. And what we heard from a lot of adults was, why do only the kids get to learn about the golem? So Leora will be teaching an adult class on Wednesday evenings beginning on February 4th. So make sure you check your e-blast for that information. Also coming up in our schedule is this coming Wednesday in the midday range for the Wandering Jews, a documentary, Fiddler, A Miracle of Miracles, a lively documentary that digs into how Fiddler on the Roof became a cultural touchstone. There will be popcorn. Thank you, Brian. The popcorn machine will be coming out for that one. On Thursday night, Men's Club is having Torah on tap. You'll join Cantor Bitone and the Men's Club for pizza, a beer, and a little bit of learning. The following Thursday, we have Art, Heart, and Soul, collage journal making. There's a ton of youth activities coming up. In between all of that joy, on Wednesday, January 28th at 7 p.m., we're hosting Hinenu, Israel at 10 Million, which is a celebration of a book that was put together by Portland native and former CNS congregant, Dave Schlachter. He now lives in Israel. And he's created this really beautiful book and pictures of life that he's experienced in the human beings of Israel. And he's coming here, he's coming to the States to celebrate this work, and we'll be hosting him on Wednesday night. You have an option to purchase tickets for that without getting a book, or you can get a discounted copy, also, in addition, a discounted copy of his book, and he'll sign them. So, one of a kind, really, truly. And on February 1st, we are hosting our Planning for Peace of Mind, otherwise known as a Deathapalooza Information Fair. Opportunities to learn about all things death and dying. The reality is it happens to all of us. We might as well prepare for it. We'll have vendors from our granite and stone companies and Holmans, all the way to people helping you with estates and trusts and everything and anything in between. There'll be food, because we know that's a really important part of the process. That's at Holman's on February 1st. We'd love for you to come and make sure that you are doing all that you can to pre-plan. From experience, it's really important. And with that, we will, oh, did I forget something more, Jennifer? Tu Bishvat Seder.
A little after the Tu Bishvat, but it's all right.
Rabbi April come, and we moved it from the 1st to the 8th so people could go to the event in Poland. But I wanted to let people know that we really feel privileged to have Rachel.
It is all my privilege, really. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a wonderful program.
It's good. I actually think it's great that it's not on Tu Bishvat, because on the day before Tu Bishvat, we're doing the death and dying thing.
Oh, that's
but
true.
then a week
Right.
later, we're talking about birth and growth.
Good.
So it's really this cycle that
It's
we
in
have.
theme.
I think that it's really working for us, this planning. We will conclude. Are we doing Yigdal tonight? Yes, we're going to conclude with Yigdal on page 62, followed by Hamotzi.
And I just wanted to make one comment before we conclude with Yigdal. Just before I started leading Arvit, or Ma'ariv, the rabbi said, "We got you." And it also just made me think about how much you were talking about trust. And when we sing together, it's really a basic act of trust. When studies have been done about why singing together is so good for our mental health, and we know that it is, singing together is wonderful for our mental health. One of the reasons why is because it is an act of trust. We trust one another to sing together. We trust one another. We open our mouths and we put a note out there that somebody else is going to be there too, right, to match our note and to sing along with us. And so it's a very powerful act. It makes me remember there's a beautiful line from our rabbis, Ein rina ela tefillah. that song is really just another kind of prayer. And so it's wonderful. This Kol Shabbat, I love this Kol Shabbat that we're doing this. So Shabbat Shalom to everybody, and we'll conclude with Yigdal on page 62. Yigdal Elohim Chai B'yishtabach Nimsa V'enetel Metziuto Echad Ben Yachid Keyichudo Nelam V'gam En Sof Le'achduto Ein Lo Demutagu Ve'eno Gu Lo Na'arach Elav Kedushato Kadmon L'chol Davar Asher Nivra Rishon Ben Reshit L'Reshito Hino Adon Olam Bechono Tzayore Gedulato U'Malchuto Shefang Nevuato Netano El Anshe Segulato V'Tifato Lo Kam B'Yisrael Kemo Shemo Navi Umavi Temunato Torah Temet Nata Me'amoel Al Yad Nevio Ne'eman Beito Lo Yachalifa El Velo Yamir Dato V'Olamim Sulato Tofe V'Yodea Setarenu Mabil V'Sof Davar B'Kadmato Gomer Le'ish Chesed Kemifna Lo Noten L'Rashan Ran Kedishnato Yishlach L'Ket Yamin Meshichenu Bivtot Mechakeket Yeshuato Metim Yechayel Berot Chachto Baruch Kadeshem Tehilato Metim Yechayel Berot Chachto Baruch Nade Ad Shem Tehilato. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Shabbat
Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom.
They specifically don't make it darker so that when we get it and we freeze it, it's actually more moist than it would have been if they had done it. It's quite delicious, actually. It's just I asked the reasoning. It's an Israeli-owned bakery. Shabbat shalom. I met your daughter. No, I met her at a restaurant. And then I had her, yeah, and then I had her, she actually finished the program is You're welcome. Wow. That's right. Right, they need this for tomorrow. We'll keep thinking. Thank you. I know you will. I just learned this week, Carolyn, I was talking with Gary Peck in the main sanctuary, and Marlene was there, and I just learned that those windows are challah and kiddush cup. Nobody ever told me that. I've been here, this is my 12th year, and no one ever, and now I can't unsee it. Obviously, it's challah and kiddush cup. Did you know this about the windows in the back of the main, or when you're driving on these sides of the Ten Commandments?
I've never
The
noticed.
shape of those glass, it's
challah
challah and kiddush cup.
It's amazing.
You can't unsee it now.
All right. I love that kind of thing.
Cantor Shivers didn't know that. Okay, I don't feel so bad anymore.
It's like the FedEx thing. Yeah,
Shabbat shalom. It'll be in Mondays. Hopefully, if not Mondays, it'll be a standalone. It happens so often that we regularly try to repeat it. It's new to me now that I'm senior rabbi. It's never happened before I became senior rabbi. I feel very honored. People are spoofing me.
What happened? Rabbi, what happened? Where's it for
Somebody
another time?
spoofed my email and sent it out to like Priscilla and Daryl. That was like, I need you to buy me gift card.
I don't think we've ever.
Hi.
Oh, you should know each other.
So good to meet you, April.
Arlene,
So good to meet you.
your hands are
Shabbat
cold.
shalom. I know. It's chilly outside.
Yes, you should definitely know each other. Arlene is amazing.
Fantastic. I'm so glad that this
Force on
happened.
her own, and her daughters are fantastic. I mean,
How many daughters do you have?
Two. Two. And Rabbi Eve is a very good supporter of my one who does jewelry on the side.
I'm not wearing her earrings today, but a lot of the earrings you see me wear are,
No
yeah.
kidding. That's what you're wearing?
No.
No, you don't have her stuff on
I
today.
don't. Occasionally I have to wear other, I have a lot of jewelry,
Shabbat shalom.
so I
Yes.
have to change it up, you know.
But her earrings are my favorite, yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I love a good pair of earrings. So.
Well, it's nice to meet you because I've heard so many great things, and during my holidays, I always hang out with Rabbi Eve, and this is the first time she was in the main sanctuary. So I could,
Had to have my love. I wanted to be in your service, so it goes really well. It is, yeah. You should come to Rabbi April teaches classes. She's a phenomenal teacher too.
what are you teaching?
So this time we're teaching about the reasons behind the mitzvot. So like the whole, it's a long, beautiful genre of literature about like, should we even be looking for reasons for the mitzvot? And if we are, what are some of those reasons? How do we do that?
Did you watch Gilmore Girls?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So we're both fans, and we're going to teach a class on the Torah of Gilmore Girls next
There's
year.
there's a lot of Torah in movies.
It's so
Yeah.
funny. I'm reading a book right now. But you know, the East Side Jews come and had that author come speak about Bob Dylan.
Oh yeah.
You know, Man and God and Law. So I'm reading that book now, and it's really.
Is it good? Should I read it? Okay.
I don't know if you should read it.
If it's good, I should read it.
I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Man and God and Law. Spiritual wisdom of Bob Dylan.
Okay.
And when he came and spoke, he would share and then he'd sing a song.
Oh, that sounds like a
That's
great
awesome.
Shabbat shalom.
All right.
Nancy Horowitz.
Hi,
I'm a member, but we live in Boston.
Oh, no kidding. Oh my
I've been
gosh.
Rabbi Eve for a while.
Yes.
At least 2 days.
I've gotten so much better at my breath support and my singing and trusting myself. But that's not what